Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you for attending this Benefits in Brief. And this time we are going to talk about disability insurance. And many of you have probably heard about the new FML Plus program. So this is really top of mind right now, but we're going to take a bit of a deeper dive into disability. Now, if you do have questions during the presentation, please put them in the chat, and I will be checking that and answering those questions as we go. And at the end, we will have a time for a Q&A session. So I want to start out with the good news, and that is you are more likely to be temporarily disabled during your working years than you are to pass away. So that's good news. But the bad news is that even being disabled for a temporary amount of time without pay can have serious consequences. But conversely, the good news is that Adams County provides benefit eligible employees with free basic short-term and long-term disability insurance. So let's do an overview of disability insurance. So disability, both short and long term, what it is it provides you partial pay replacement due to your own or the employee's non-work related injury or illness. So for example, if you're married and your spouse has surgery and cannot work for a month, that is not disability. The disability only applies when it's you. Next, all benefit eligible employees receive basic short-term disability and basic long-term disability free from Adams County. I know it's easy to forget that if you haven't used it and you've been with Adams County for a while, but those are amazing benefits to have, and you're provided them for free. It's not something that you had to enroll in. Employees also have the option to purchase additional long-term disability coverage, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And just as an FYI, the Hartford is our disability insurance carrier, and they are the ones responsible for administration of our disability benefits. So if you need to file a disability claim, you are submitting that to the Hartford. They determine if you're eligible for disability pay, and they're the ones that issue the checks. So let's go over a comparison of short-term disability, which I'll refer to as STD, and long-term disability, LTD. So what is the waiting period? Well, for short-term, it is 2 weeks. And for long-term disability, it is 90 days, which in essence is the full term of the short-term disability period. What is the maximum duration of each plan? So for short-term disability, it's 11 weeks. So after the 2-week waiting period is over, short-term disability can go for up to 11 additional weeks. Long-term disability can go until normal retirement age, or that age is reduced based on the age at which you become disabled. So for example, if you're working for us and you're already over the normal retirement age, there is a limited amount of time for which you're eligible for long-term disability. And what is the benefit? What would you get reimbursed? Well, for new claims starting January 1st or after, short-term disability pays you at 75% of your weekly base earnings. With long-term disability, that pays you at 60% of your monthly base earnings. But remember when I spoke about the buy-up? With the LTD, you can purchase an additional 6.67% of long-term disability benefits. Okay, so this buy-up option. So right now, the short-term disability benefit reimburses employees at 60% of weekly base earnings. Now, on the last screen, you'll know that starting 1/1, it is going up to 75%. But right now, it's 60%. And what employees currently have the option to do is to purchase a buy-up on the short-term disability plan to bring them to a total of 75% reimbursement of their weekly base earnings. But since that basic STD benefit is being enhanced for next year, it's already going to be at 75% of your weekly base earnings. Because of that, anyone who's currently paying for the STD buy-up, that will end effective December 31st. Now, someone did ask previously, well, Cindy, I'm doing the STD buy-up right now. Can I just cancel that? Well, first of all, no, you just can't change your benefits mid-year without a qualifying event. But the other reason to note that if you become disabled during 2023, your benefits are going to pay at the benefit that is in place as of the time the disability began, and those same benefits will continue for the duration of the disability. So, for example, if I have surgery in December and I'm out for 2 months and I just have the basic short-term disability right now, I'm only going to receive 60% of my weekly base earnings, even when it turns January 1st. Because my claims started in 2023 when my benefit was only at 60%. So the benefit isn't going to change during a disability that's currently being paid. So that's something to be aware of. Now, for those of you who aren't doing the long-term disability buy-up, this is to let you know that during open enrollment, you can do the long-term disability buy-up. And like I said, it gives you an additional 6.67% of long-term disability benefits to bring you to a total of 66.67% of your monthly base earnings. Now, because you would be electing this buy-up for the first time during open enrollment, if you choose to do so, you're going to have to go through the medical underwriting process. And that medical underwriting process entails you completing an evidence of insurability form and disclosing your health history. Now, keep in mind, though, your request for a buy-up, if you do that during open enrollment, that is subject to approval by the Hartford. So it is not guaranteed that you will get this buy-up. Now, how much does this buy-up cost? Well, if you want to do a calculation right now, at the bottom, we have the math done for you to determine what your per paycheck premiums are. And it is based on your earnings, so you need to know your annual base earnings. And then you do the math, divide that number by 12 to get your monthly earnings. Then you divide that number by 100, you multiply it times the rate, which is 0.35 or 35 cents. And in this example, this person would be paying $7.29 on the first 2 paychecks of every month. So the nice thing to know is that if you do want to see if you want to do the LTD buy-up during open enrollment, JDE will actually calculate that premium for you. So you go through the process. If you elect it to say, we'll see how much it is. Then if it's too much, you can just go back and cancel that if you want. Okay, next, Family and Medical Leave Plus, FML Plus. So many of you have probably heard about the new paid leave program that is going to be offered starting January 1st. And in summary, it provides eligible employees with up to 8 weeks. Oh, I forgot my 8 weeks. Hold on, please. Of paid leave for you, and it pays you at 100% of your base earnings. It is a great program and is probably meet most employee needs. However, if you are sick, what if you're not able to work for more than 8 weeks? What happens? And that's where disability benefits are of great help for you. But one thing I want to make sure of is that if you're out, let's say for 3 months due to your own health condition, that short-term disability clock, that starts ticking the moment you're unable to work. So all of those clocks, the FML plus, the disability, start when you're first unable to work. Now, and this is something many of you, if you've sat through one of my presentations on FML plus, how that FML plus and sick leave interact with disability pay. So the first thing is, let's say I'm out for, let's say I need to be out 4 months because of surgery. Well, first I exhaust my FML plus. And if I haven't used any, I have 8 weeks of FML plus to use. Well, that's great, but I still need to be out 2 more months. Well, if approved, then disability benefits would begin. And for next year, short-term disability runs a total of 3 months. So that clock starts ticking right away. So if I've used 2 months of FML plus, I have one more month left of short-term disability. So my short-term disability benefits are going to begin. Now, I do have the option, it's not required. So once I go on to disability pay, I have the option to supplement that disability pay with my accrued sick leave. It's not required. So starting next year, the short-term disability pays at 75%. I could take a quarter of a day of my accrued sick leave, have it paid to me to kind of bring me up to about 100% of my base earnings. But that's only if you want to do that. Now, fourth, if you're someone who's exhausted FML plus, you've exhausted your accrued sick leave because you are supplementing, if you still need to be out, you could, if you want to, also supplement your disability pay with vacation. But once again, supplementing with your sick and vacation is completely optional. You don't have to do it. Okay. Now, that is actually the end of the presentation. And I know that's pretty short, but these are benefits in brief. But I'm going to stop sharing. What questions do you all have about this? Because I know it can be really confusing, especially when we talk about if you go out due to your own health condition, if that starts in 2023, and what happens if it continues into 2024? Any questions on that? Are we good with everything? Okay, well, it looks like folks don't have any questions. The one thing, like I said, I want to impress upon everyone, because our short-term disability benefits are going up to 75% next year. But the thing is if you began a disability in 2023, starting 1/1/2024, if you're still out for that disability, the benefits you receive aren't going up to 75%. You are going to stay with the benefits you had in place, with the plan that was in place when the disability began. So that's just something I want to make sure everyone is aware of with that. Okay, well, wonderful. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate your time. And if you do have any questions, please contact the benefits department. You can email benefits@adco.gov. And as Amy knows, we do get back to you right away. Thank you.